it's a huge sporting occasion, and to guide you through it, the top team, Jim Watt, and first of all, Reg Guttridge.
And most important, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands and come out boxing.
So the final words then, all the fighting words are over, the trimmings are finished, and now let's get down to action. It's going to be the loneliest place in the world now for these boys. The usual, well, almost emotive words here, and everybody's so pleased to see Michael Watson. This is where he fought Chris Eubank the first time when Jim and I thought he deserved the decision. So there you go. Now then, as Barry McGuigan says, don't look away, don't blink, because it could all happen with one hit. Who knows? A lot of maturity now in Nigel Benn's fighting. He doesn't do what he used to call the tear-ups really in the early stages against, again, his description, the Mexican road sweepers. As you recall, a draw last time up with Chris Eubank at Old Trafford in October. And, well, a lot of us feel that but for that low punch when he did up to the lost a point, that he might have won that fight. However, very subjective to scoring the boxing. But by and large, I hope a little bit better than the recent ice skating.
Wharton nice and tight already, Legend. Who can blame him? A good positive start from Benn with a jab. Not getting too close, but just trying to open him up with the jab. Wharton just thinking really defence, get the first round by. He must be feeling the nerves, I would imagine, more than Benn. Benn's been at this level so often.
He's a very laid-back character on his way, Henry Wharton. I can understand why he's got a massive support in the north. I've seen too much of him in London. We could do with seeing a lot more. Now, the contrast of people and only really the eyes are the same, and, well, they're ice cubes. Midway through the opening round, Tony Perez handled one of the great Ali Frazier fights in New York. Covering himself up sensibly there, Wharton, trying to block those hooks with a high guard. Followers of the fight game, Jim, he looks just like Mark Rowe, who held the middleweight championship of Britain some years ago now.
See, Benn is known for looking for a knockout in the first minute of a lot of his fights, and I think that's what Wharton's been told. Nice and tight, especially in the first minute, then maybe loosen up a little bit, get some punches off. That's what he's done. He's done nothing really for the first minute, just had a good look at Benn. Now he's maybe trying to look for some targets.
Spent a lot of time getting in shape for this. There's a lot of money at stake. Wharton went to Florida. Unfortunately, his trainer was mugged in the gymnasium, so he came out, they went to Marbella, and meanwhile, Benn was tuning up in Tenerife. There's the corner man now. Old firm now it's become, isn't it? Peter DeFreitas, who's his personal manager, is self-managed officially, Nigel Benn, and of course very experienced Jimmy Tibbs. Saw him in a lot of other fights, and indeed pros. There you are, keep your hands up, he's saying. Protect yourself from the hooks. And there's the think tank, as it were, in the challenger's corner. Nicky Duff's leaning through the ropes there. Who's the manager, and there's Terry O'Neill, the little man in the ring, being with Wharton from the start, and the cut man, if needed, Denny Mancini. Certain kind of self-assurance again with Benn. He's always been a confident fighter, but he's just become a bit more compact, and Jimmy Tibbs has done a good job on him, hasn't he, Jim, really?
Yeah, he's a lot more controlled now. I mean, Nigel just used to look for a knockout punch every punch he throws, but now he's so controlled, he thinks more about pacing. Nigel was always looking for the finisher, and so it would go tired in the last half of a fight. But I was impressed against Eubank that he really paced the fight well, and he's doing that here. Just used the jab in the first round there, which I thought he nicked. And now Wharton's coming back. Wharton's had his look.
Well, Wharton knows now he's got to start unleashing a punch or two now. We're back then for round 3. And it's been very cautious and very sensible start actually by both of them, I thought.
Benn's been cautious, Reg, but he's quite keen to lead off. His jab's been working well in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, doing a bit of boxing.
He's keeping his chin down nice and tight. He's paying Wharton full respect. He's quite prepared to let some punches go. Wharton must loosen up a little bit.
He's definitely working to the body as much as he can there, Ben. It's always been his forte anyway. A little bit of caution there, Jim. They're both right in the lead there. One trying to feint the other one into a lead so they can counter.
And you can actually feel the tension in the ring, Reg. I mean, one mistake and the other fella's going to go on the floor. They both have the power. But Ben getting the punches off better at the moment.
It's inevitable with punches though, Jim, aren't they? They're both saying, hey, this is red alert here, we've got to watch ourselves. It'd be foolish of them to rush in and take chances because they can both bang.
Wharton beginning to let some go now. I've given Ben the first couple of rounds and he won them without really wasting too much punches there, so as far as the 12-round distance goes, that's a good start for Ben.
Yeah, he doubled that jab up again there. Good point scoring stuff, this. We've got American, Welsh and English judges.
Going to have to try to start coming forward a bit more, Reg. He's been backed up all the way, and Ben loves it if he can back opponents up. He's got to try to come forward.
They look a little bit better at the back of the hall. They do close up as we are, Jim, there. Those punches of Wharton, they're hitting him on the arm. He's out the ropes there. He's got to let him. He's trying to fight from outside the ropes. Well done. He just caught him on the arms a bit too much there, didn't he, Wharton, when he unloaded?
Yeah, but let the punches go.
Yeah, let them go, yeah, sure.
He's just a little bit too tense at the moment, Wharton.
And it's the 4th round. Good start by Nigel Benn. A little bit cautious, and there's the unofficial card of Barry McGuigan, yes. 3 rounds up he's made him. Just a little rebuke there from Tony Perez. Just behave yourself there. Pulling on and throwing punches like that.
I think probably controlled is a better way of describing Ben's first 3 rounds rather than cautious, because he's always ready to let the punches go. He's worked well behind a jab. Wharton, for me, is far too tight, too tense. And he's not going to outbox Ben at this rate. And he can't just depend on a knockout. He's got to do more work. Got to open up a little bit.
Now you see him sort of laying back there, Wharton saving himself or something. I don't think that's going to be in his favour. The last time he did that, he got a draw with the Londoner Lou Gent, which was highly disputed, and Ben really destroyed Lou Gent in London. double jab, is he?
His jab's working so well, Reg. I mean, it's unusual for Benn to face a man he doesn't have to go looking for. Some good shots from Wharton there, but he has to sustain this.
There's a sort of look on Benn's face like, hello, hello, the lad's unloading some punches and I'll take those and there's no trouble. Talking about searching for openings there, Jim, they really are, aren't they? Certainly Benn is.
But Benn's jab is working so well in the first 3 rounds.
It's not the, to quote Benn's word, the tear up and the blast type of fight that people expected, but it could be working up to that though, couldn't it, Jeff?
See, Benn doesn't have to do that, Reg. He's winning the rounds without wasting any punches. He's so controlled. Wharton's not doing enough work in any of the rounds. The only time Wharton's letting punches go is when Benn's already up close, and by that time Benn has landed a couple of jabs on the way in.
See much of the Wharton famed left hook really.
It's because he's allowing Benn to lead off all the time. Wharton must do more leading off if he wants to get into this fight.
Well, it looks like a barber shop there at the moment, doesn't it? All quiet and calm and collected. Let's have a look at this double jab coming up, Jim.
Benn's jab is working so well, very accurate, very controlled. His chin's down, bang, bang, 2 perfect left jabs.
This is a sack knees. He comes in there, Ben. You got a little counter-attack coming in by Wharton.
Not enough from Wharton, Reg. A couple of punches inside, but not enough. Benn's work is always looking better. Quick rub down there by Mr. Mancini and a few harsh words in the air. There it is. You go and do it or else. 5. That's the corner man's job there, especially with experience. Bit of a think tank there in Wharton's corner, and it's also being matched by Jimmy Tibbs in the other corner. Lovely punch from Benn.
Yeah, right through the middle there, right above us.
I don't know if this is part of Wharton's tactics, Reg, or if he's frozen a little bit. He's certainly not really got down to work yet.
Oh, well, a little bit of an armistice there. Sorry about that. Wharton wanted a race right in after him. Now this, to coin your phrase a lot now, Jim, Benn sort of fancies the job a bit more now, doesn't he? He wants to start steaming in a bit.
You know, he doesn't really want to change what he's doing. If he can win rounds in a 12-rounder without wasting any punches, without exerting yourself overly, then that's what you want to keep doing. Nick every round you can, then when it reaches the hard part, you've still got something left. But Wharton is the one who really has to get down to work. He's been doing nothing. Throwing some punches up close, but he has to do more leading off, has to get his own jab working.
It is a big step in experience and ability here, isn't it, by Wharton?
Little signs, Reg, that Wharton is frozen a little bit. I mean, he hasn't been prepared to take the fight by the scruff of the neck and take it to Benn, and that's what you must do. When you're with a big puncher, you must try to back him up. Wharton has never once tried to back Benn up. He's allowed Benn to control the action, and he's winning all the rounds.
Yeah, and he's hanging on there too, like a limpet with the right hand arm, I should say, Wharton.
See, even when Wharton throws a punch, you can see he's still thinking about defence. As soon as the punch is out, he's pulling his elbows in and his chin down. He's just paying too much respect to Benn at the moment.
Minute to go in the 5th round, WBC version of the Super Middleweight Championship. So Wharton's actually starting to have a chance of Henry coming from the audience. There's quite a really come down in the coach loads, and bus loads, or probably caravans too, because he comes from a travelling family. born in Leeds and raised in York.
See, Wharton hasn't really let any full-blooded shots go because he's always on the defensive. He's always reacting to what Benn's just done. So he's not really setting himself and getting the full power into his shots. He really has to think about leading off if he wants to get into this fight.
Sensation there at the end of the 5th round, and the referee just signalled out here, yes, he considered that a knockdown, although Benn complained about a punch on the back of the head. It was apparently, he thought, a left hook just before that, and he's called it a knockdown now.
Well, that's what Wharton needed, Reg. He needed somebody to get his heart into this fight. Now we'll see if he pours heart and soul into what's going to happen now. He really has to waken up his ideas.
See, the WBC always say to the judges, you've got to take a point off a man scores a knockdown. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Oh, a different man altogether has come out to start this round, Reg, from Henry Wharton's corner. Now he fancies the job.
First signs of a good uppercut there from Benn, wasn't it? And the left hook. He takes a punch well there. Has done in the past, Wharton anyway. He's going to still gym to match the heart, I think. Now we're getting some reaction from the Wharton supporters, having seen that, well, maybe it was disputed knockdown, but as far as the judges are concerned, they've got to go by the referee's instruction. The right hand there, not the left hook that he's talked about.
Yeah, but he's coming back with full-blooded counters now. He's not just kind of chapping inside as he was earlier. Now he's getting power into his punches. Now Benn has to think a bit more about defence.
Now they're getting stiffer round by round, these punches, aren't they? Oh, they got a rule with that, but it actually went past.
Okay, break. Bring him up, Benn! Bring him up!
Benn's kind of lost his composure a little bit, Reg. He's bullying forward now. He's not putting the same thought into his boxing. He's just putting his forehead down and kind of pushing himself forward. It's not the thoughtful boxing we saw in the first 4 rounds.
Behind the jab! Behind the jab!
Oh, long right hand there. That got home, and almost after the bell, that one. It's okay, they're matey about it. That's a good sign. It was right on the bell anyway, and as I've often said before, sometimes you can hear the bell watching at home, and it can't be heard in the arena, although that bell was very clear to everybody, I think. So now this is what we want to see, the knockdown from the round before, Jim. The left hook it was. You see that he was stumbling a bit there, and then he got caught. That's it. Now the next punch, that one, hits him on the back of the neck, but then he still regards it as a knockdown, the referee, you agree? Yeah, this is the end of this round before you answer that. That's that he led with the right and got away with it. A cracking punch that.
Benn's left still working well, but he's a little bit more careless in that round we've just seen.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Would you have considered that a knockdown, Jim?
Yeah, I think so, Reg. It was Benn's fault that he got caught in the top of the head because he was bending down low.
Right, round 7. Well, it's got it a bit closer than I have actually there, but then again, deducting the point name out of there, Barry McGuigan's very unofficial, of course, got Benn 1 round ahead, or 1 point ahead.
I wouldn't have scored the 10-8 round, Reg. I think I'll just give that to Wharton the 10-9. I don't think he was clearly winning the round before the knockdown, so I've got it slightly more in Benn's favour. But the main thing is Wharton, for his own point of view, has got himself back into the fight. He's letting punches go and full-blooded shots at that.
Using a little bit of touch of shoulders and forearms in those clinches.
Still good jabs from Benn.
Yeah.
Not controlling the fight the way it was earlier, Reg, but still jabbing well. But Wharton right back into it now.
He does hang on tight with the right arm there, doesn't he, Wharton? I don't blame him. He's protecting his ribs as well and trying to stop Benn from punching inside, but the referee's got to break them. He tried the uppercut there, Jim Wharton. Well, he certainly reverted to his amateur style of doing a bit of boxing as well as the punch power there, Nigel Benn.
There goes the gum shield.
Yeah, the referee will have to pick that up and stop the bout at the appropriate moment to replace that.
Now's a good time.
Yeah, he'll do that now. It's a medical rule. He's just kicked it back to the corner as well there, Wharton. So they have to wash it and put it back, but they do take the time off. There we go. It was well covered there from the cameraman. He got everything that happened. You were right in there with him.
Well, I said earlier Wharton would have to start backing Benn up if he wants into the fight. He started trying to do that now. Now he's got a chance to get some power into his own shots. Benn just lost a little bit of his composure, looking a little bit ragged at times.
Yeah,
his own defence a little bit open, Reg.
Yeah, a little bit of the impetus. Referee had a job getting out of the way there as Wharton backed off. He's still a nippy referee though, Tony Price. Talking to him the whole time there, Perez. He's trying not to interfere there. That's good. Referees like to do that. Control it from away from the boxers by word and not by strength. Well, they're settled down a bit now, Jim, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's more even action now because
Terry
Wharton has
O'Neill.
revved up.
Yeah, Terry O'Neill is in the corner, seen a lot. Well, let's have a look at that gun shield flying out there, Jim. I just also point out that if a boxer spits it out deliberately, probably more than once, then a referee can take points away.
Well, that was certainly knocked out.
That was knocked out, yeah, certainly. I didn't suggest it was anything else, but just to fill you in with the rules, he can take a point away if they continually spit the gun. A little dab of a nose bleed there early on Ben, but it didn't seem to matter. Get that in the schoolyard, he'd probably say. Coming out early for work in the 8th round. Here's Gary Newbomb with Mickey Duff in the corner.
Mickey Henry's really getting back into this.
Yeah. It's a case, he's a better fighter if he believes in himself. It's a big occasion, and the only way we'll lose the fight is if the occasion gets the best of him, because he's got the ability to win. He should be taking a good shot.
Got caught by the board.
So there you are, Mickey Duff saying he has the ability to win. But no doubt that Nigel Benn would disagree with that.
Well, the most significant thing, there was the gum shield again, that was a good right hand lead.
Chopping punch as well, look at it. It travelled a long way, but he got the message, didn't he? See, the second time up now with the shield, and he's asking the cameraman to throw it back. They got it in their laps there. And he doesn't want to waste things up. See, there's some going there that he stopped it, but the referee's perfectly in order to do so. It certainly wasn't Wharton's fault there. He got it knocked out. But obviously it takes the play away a little bit from Benn there, as he was just on top, obviously.
Benn's hands are going round behind Wharton when they're up close now. He's not getting the punches off the same way as he was earlier. That's more like it from Benn.
He's generally got control though, Benn, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's boxing well, very well controlled. He's just a little bit looser now than he was in the first 4 rounds. Wharton was doing exactly what Benn wanted him to do, backing off with a tight defence, not throwing too many. But now Wharton's trying to back him up, and it's much tougher for Benn. See, Benn just a little bit ragged at times now. Wharton's still very controlled.
I think Benn's accepted the fact now that Wharton does absorb a good punch, because that was a cracker. He's knocked over a lot of people with that type of punch in the past, Jim.
It's a lovely right hand leading that caught Wharton banging the chin, but as you say, it didn't shake him.
He's advertising himself there actually on the short, saying no fear he has there on the waistband, Benn. Something about the Ministry of Sound is the other emblem.
Benn hasn't been using the jab in the last couple of rounds either.
Remember, this fight's been shown, well, halfway around the world. It's been shown on pay television Showtime in America. And it's on King. And Frank Warren bid was £1,575,000 for a split, of which Benn gets a 75%. And if you're thinking, well, I wouldn't mind fighting for that kind of money, I don't think you'd want to put the work in that these fellas do and take the punches. Let's have a replay of that right-hand punch that leads in here and knocks out the shield, Jim.
Just crouched down, looked for the spot, bang, lovely punch. Wharton was all right, he was looking for the follow-up punch and slipped inside it. But lovely right-hand leads, he just
here he comes
leave
again.
A moving target over the right-hand, bang. Wharton still looking at him, ducked from the left.
Wow, that's it. They're really stirring him up in the corner there, aren't they? Remember, it was a team of Mancini and Duff that got Michael Watson to defeat Benn at Finsbury Park, and it's good to see Michael Watson back watching this one. Round. How have you got it now, Jim? There's Barry's, you see. He's got a couple of points up with Benn.
Yep, I've still got Benn in front. What would worry me if I was in Benn's camp is the fact that he's just a little bit more ragged than he was earlier on. He's trying some wild right hands, which he wasn't doing earlier. You have to expect the longer the fight goes and the harder, and you begin to tire a little bit. But he's making some mistakes now, Benn.
He's no longer the wild swinging Benn. Remember that. It was really the hours he must have been putting in the gymnasium with this, with coaching. With his trainer there, you see this, you see what he's saying, come on, when are you going to lead to me? I want to shoot the counter punch, and they're right above you and whatnot here.
Wharton's trying to work behind the jab now.
You need just a touch of the desperation stakes now, Wharton, don't you, Jim? So just unload, take a little bit of a chance. I think he'll have to do that.
Benn's experience in the ropes there, serving him well, is keeping his chin out of trouble. Wharton has him pinned there, but not really having a chance to capitalise on it. See, he's a little bit hesitant to move in and let the punches go. See, this is where Benn is dangerous, when he's back to the ropes.
Yeah, he uses them like catapult a bit at times. You're not supposed to unfairly use them, but I wasn't suggesting that, but he does. Ali was great at that too.
Wharton still managing to back Benn up. There's that lovely right hand lead again. Benn a lot looser, Reg, a lot more ragged. I wonder maybe if he's feeling the pace. He's putting a lot of good work in the first 9 rounds here. Wonder if he's starting to feel the pace.
Well, he's certainly done some miles of road work out in Tenerife, I know that for sure. Whether he did enough boxing in the gym, I'm not sure about that. There's some suggestion that perhaps he didn't. And obviously you well know as a former world champion, so important the sparring, isn't it, preparation?
Well, with Jimmy Tibbs training them, Reg, I think the job will be done properly. Tibbs certainly one of the best in the game. I've been very surprised if anything has been left to chance in Benn's preparation. But he set a good pace, and you have to remember Wharton did very little work in the first 4 rounds, so maybe he's feeling the stronger now.
So over to Gary's got Peter De Freitas with him.
Peter, how does the Nigel Benn camp see this at the moment?
We feel that we've won every round. So at the moment he's working well behind the jab.
Well, he wouldn't have won the round where he was knocked down.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, did he take a point off? We didn't,
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Well, we think it was a knockdown from the replay.
Okay, so we've won every other round. He's working well behind the jab. He's doing what the corner's asking him to do, and we're very happy he's boxing like a world champion.
And what about Wharton?
Well, he's strong and he's durable, and we're just working behind the jab. You open him up through the middle and let things work off the jab.
So the message is keep it going.
Keep it going and just keep working behind the jab. Not get off the jab.
So there you are, that's the words from the other camp then. Coming up for the 10th. And, well, you might be just a little bit too anxious there, saying he's won every round, Jim.
Yeah, slight exaggeration. I mean, Wharton is the man who allowed his opponent to have the big lead at the start of the fight, so he's given himself a mountain to climb. So he's the one who really has to raise the pace and keep it up. I mean, the signs that Benn's tiring a bit. He's still dangerous, still has the power.
Yeah,
He's a little bit ragged, and that's usually a sign of tiredness.
Looked like the old soldier there, Benn, from the Royal Fusiliers. Wanted to just a touch of the collateral bombing stakes there, didn't he? Winging away if he could.
See, I always feel that too much of the time Wharton has just been a little bit hesitant to let his punches flow. And he's backing Benn to the ropes, but it's as though he's a bit worried about letting some punches go in case he gets tagged for the counter. You've got to go out and win world titles. This is good stuff from Wharton here.
He duck it a bit too low. You're not supposed to duck below the waistline. The referee hasn't interfered at all.
See, Benn won rounds clearly at the start of the fight, but a lot of the following rounds have been very tight, very difficult to score.
Sid Nathan and Adrian Morgan from Britain. Rudy Ortega from San Francisco. All 3 of them are referees as well, although Nathan's now retired. He's a little bit messy there, Ben, isn't he? I'm surprised at that, Jim.
He's lost a lot of his composure, Reg. Quite often he's finding his head in some funny positions here. I really feel that's a sign of tiredness.
Yeah, he might be hit by body fatigue. It's unlikely.
But he has put in a lot of work, Reg, a lot of good shots. Wharton saved himself in the early rounds and he's still looking strong.
And so far he's certainly absorbed a very good punch, hasn't he, Wharton? Oh, cool break there, and he tried with an uppercut. That might have got a little bit of a finger wagging from the referee at Wharton for that. Oh, he's catching Ben a bit now.
See, the fact that Wharton is now pushing Benn back, he has more room to let his punches go, so he's performing better. A lot of close rounds now, Reg, and the fact that Wharton's pushing him back might just sway them slightly in his favour.
there's been a lot of firing from the hip there from Benn. And now, as you say, Jim, he's starting to get back into the fight now, Henry Wharton. As a matter of fact, it looks as though Wharton was actually grinning at the corner there when he seemed to get better of a couple of exchanges with Benn. I got that impression anyway. Told you he was a laid-back sort of a coach, I think.
So Wharton's the one who's improved. He's backing Benn up a lot more. Benn has lost a bit of his composure. Wharton still finds it difficult to catch him cleanly because he's still showing that little bit of hesitancy. But certainly boxing better.
And manager Mickey Duff there in the corner room, telling the crowd, waving them on, saying, come on, cheer for your man. He needs the cheers. He certainly gets them when he fights in Leeds. The 11th round then. And there's Barry's unofficial again there. A couple of points up. Notice he put a 10-8 round there early on with the knockdown. The overall of the boxing night of forecasting fancied it going 12 rounds. I must say I'm a bit surprised. I thought it was, well, either way could have ended inside, and obviously... Yeah,
well, they both have the power edge to finish. It was one of those fights where you just never knew what was going to happen. But I thought maybe a stoppage round about the 8th or 9th, maybe somebody making a mistake and being punished for it. Well, Wharton's not messing about, Reg. He was ready to right in on that.
Yeah, he was having a little sit on the ropes there. He's getting a bit too casual, Ben was.
Forget the sportsmanship. Let's go on with the fight, I think. Benn again looking a bit tired. The trouble with Wharton, Reg, he hasn't had too many real big rounds where you could say he won them clearly. I mean, even at the round where he scored the knockdown, I thought it was pretty itchy-peachy and the knockdown let him win the round, but not clearly. Benn really digs deep when he has to. You've got to hand it to him, he really digs deep.
He was holding on to the top rope at the same time there.
Thumb shield again from Wharton.
Yeah, third time. Now he'll stop it there and put it back. So he waits for the appropriate moment. And Jimmy Tibbs calling out to Benn, take deep breaths. That's it, and he's doing it as well. And you're watching him doing that again. The wash and brush up, and back goes the gum shield. That's now obligatory to wear that.
See, whenever the going really gets tough, Benn digs deep and just everything he's got, he pours it out. That's why you can never grudge him the success he's had. Never complains when the going gets rough, just keeps going. See, even when Wharton has managed to pin Benn to the ropes, he hasn't managed to capitalise as much. He's missed every one of those punches there.
Yeah, exactly.
See, he's pinned him to the ropes, but Benn's experience has kept him out of trouble, and that's Wharton's problem where the points are concerned. He needed more big rounds behind him.
Yeah, there's points for defence as well, of course. Doesn't seem to be too favourable with judges nowadays. So, a round to go. And the crowd like that little bang up there. I don't think that they realise that some of those punches were missing by Wharton.
It's the last round, he's going to come out swinging. They take no chance. You got it? You've got it under control. You've got it under control.
Let's see if we can hear them in the corner there. is that this is the last round. A little smile there by Ben. You know, when he permits himself a smile, it shows he knows he's happy with the way things are going.
Good start to the round from Ben.
Yeah, he really looks lively in the last, doesn't he?
See, this will look good from the back of the hall with Wharton going forward.
Yeah,
but he's not
exactly.
getting the punches home. Ben's defensive boxing really has been sound.
Stabbing there on the floor for Henry, and certainly not Cooper, who's at the ringside doing the radio broadcast. They've been dying for something to cheer now, the Wharton supporters. And as Jim Watt rightly says, they're probably a little bit fooled at the back of the arena that these punches are landing. Well, that's the final fling, isn't it, for Wharton, and he needs it.
But Ben wants to throw some back as well there. He's slipping the punches well, but he wants to work a bit more as well. He'll give the ring to Wharton if he doesn't work with him. It's not enough just to bob and weave. He's got to come back with some counters.
Midway then. The sheer work rate with Wharton now, even though they're not all landing, is going to count.
Then he'll give him the round edge because he's not coming back with enough punches of his own. Slipping and sliding, but you've got to let the punches go as well.
Oh yeah, he's coming back now. He's going to give it the final. He does love, as he says, a tear up then. A minute.
Well, I think Wharton's work rate of edge has taken the last round for him. But personally, I don't think enough. I think Ben still holds his title. You have to remember the whole 12 rounds. Wharton gave him a 4-round start, and it's a big start in a 12-rounder.
They're going to need some security around here now. The rings already look like a carnival in a car park. It's already started. So all the money there that they've given for it, well, there you are, just got him up by 1 point. I think it might be a bit more than that, but we'll see. That's unofficial, Barry. And it seems like the sponsors have got their money's worth again tonight, the Daily Mirror, and the girls getting in the ring there, ready to hoist the flags. Always tension time now for fighters. I think by the look of it, when you see Ben wanting to chat everybody and relaxing, he's saying, I know I've won this. So here it comes. So the American MC Jimmy Lennon, here's the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision.
Well, that's
I will
something.
read the score total. Judging ringside, Sid Nathan scores it at 116-114. Rudy Ortega scores it at 117-112. Adrian Morgan scores it at 116 to 113. All three in favor of the winner. And still,
Nigel Benn, perhaps a bit of a big one there by Rudy Ortega, 117, 112. But good judging by the British judges there.